Are you feeling stressed out all the time? It seems like the future is unclear, relationships get tense, and bills keep piling up. All of these things happen to everyone, but what if there was a way to handle them more calmly and in charge? Stoicism's knowledge is still very useful in today's fast-paced, always connected world, even though it was first developed hundreds of years ago. While the positive experiences bring immense fulfillment, it's during the storms of adversity that our true character is revealed. Here are 11 Stoic-inspired practices you can integrate into your daily life to cultivate inner peace and navigate life's uncertainties with greater composure. Subscribe for future videos. Don't forget to like this video and leave a comment below to let me know what you think. Number 1. Self-awareness. Being self-aware was important to the Stoics because they thought it led to a good life and inner peace. According to Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a Stoic, know thyself. Introspection is a trip that lasts a lifetime, and this isn't just a nice-to-have saying. Socratic philosophy says that being self-aware is more than just knowing your favorite color or where you'd like to go on vacation. Getting to know your core values, emotional triggers, and the ways you naturally deal with tough situations is what it's all about. Imagine that you are trying to find your way through a thick bush. There are lots of winding roads and thick plants that make it easy to get lost without a compass or map. Being lost in inner turmoil is a sure way to get lost in the complicated world of life. Learning more about yourself gives you an inner map that helps you navigate the challenges that come your way. You can write down your ideas and feelings in a journal without worrying about being judged. It can help you figure out patterns and mental triggers by regularly thinking about your experiences, both good and bad. If you want to know what makes you angry or what makes you feel calm and satisfied, ask yourself these questions. You can learn a lot about yourself by writing in a book over time. It's easy to feel overwhelmed and separated from our inner selves when we are constantly hit with outside stimuli. Being more aware of the present moment can be helped by meditation techniques like mindfulness meditation. To get a better picture of our inner world, we need to quiet our minds and watch our thoughts and feelings without judging them. Imagine stepping back mentally and watching the jumbled mess of thoughts and feelings inside you. That's what meditation is like. People personality tests aren't the only way to figure out who you are, but they can be helpful as you start to think about yourself. The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, or the Enneagram, are two psychological frameworks that can help you understand your natural tendencies, strengths, and weaknesses better. Keep in mind that these tests are not binding. They are just starting points for more research. This will help you understand your inner world better if you do these things every day. Understanding yourself better gives you the power to plan ahead for how you'll respond in tough situations and pick your own responses instead of letting your feelings take over. Like a skilled sailor who knows how to steer based on the wind and current. To the same extent, knowing yourself helps you handle life's storms with more calm and control. Number 2. Acceptance. We can have a lot of different events in our lives, which is a beautiful thing. Happy victories and failures are bound to happen, and special times and unexpected problems often happen together. For Stoics, accepting that life has two sides is one of its most important ideas. We are more often scared than hurt, said Seneca, a famous Stoic thinker, and we suffer more in our minds than in real life. Now, acceptance is not the same thing as giving up or not caring anymore. In order to free yourself from the mental pain that comes from fighting what you know is going to happen, you need to develop the wisdom to accept truth without judging it. Picture yourself on a trip down a wild river. While tightly holding on to the sides of the raft, the rapids are shaking and throwing it around. For the same reason, holding on to the idea that you can control every part of your life will only lead to stress and anger. In the Stoic view, acceptance is like knowing that the river is strong and knowing how to safely cross it. Recognizing the limits of your power is the first step toward acceptance. Things you think, do, and feel are under your power. There are, however, things outside of your control, like outside events, other people's actions, and the natural flow of life. You can focus on the things you can change when you make this difference, which gives you a sense of power and inner peace. Not denying that things aren't bad or downplaying problems is not part of acceptance. To face truth honestly and clearly is what it's all about. It's okay to feel disappointed, angry, or sad when you're in a tough position. When you try to hide these feelings, they get stronger. Choose to move on after you've acknowledged them. We see things differently than they really are. If you look at a problem in a different way, you might find it less unbearable. People can see losing their job, for example, as a chance to start a new career. You can deal with problems more effectively if you take a more positive outlook. You can't get better from mental turmoil by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Stoics believed that the only time you really have power over is the present moment. You can stay in the present moment by doing mindfulness activities. In a world where things are always changing, you can find peace by focusing on what you can experience and change in the present moment. Learn how to be more accepting by doing it over and over again. You can handle life's uncertainties with more grace and strength if you follow these Stoic ideals. Always keep in mind that acceptance doesn't mean letting life sweep you away. At the same time, you learn to respect the river's strength and stay calm as you cross it. Number 3. Setting boundaries. According to the Stoics, having a good life is important, and self-respect is a big part of that. This care for yourself includes your time, energy, and mental space. In our busy world, there can be a lot of pressure to always be on and accessible. But being able to set good limits is important for mental health. A well-known Stoic thinker called Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Learning how to say no and set clear limits is an important part of mastering yourself. Picture yourself in the middle of a busy public market. Shop owners are always calling out to get your attention. If you didn't set limits, their requests would be too much for you to handle. Setting limits is like telling shopkeepers nicely but strongly that you're looking around and will ask for help when you need it. It saves you time and energy and lets you move through the market with purpose and focus. Being aware of yourself is the first step in setting limits. Know what your time, energy, and mental space can and can't handle. Listen to what your body is telling you. Feeling tired, irritable, or unable to focus can mean you've hit your limit. Stoics stressed having a good life, which includes taking care of oneself. You're not being selfish when you say no to protect your health. It's important for your mental and physical well-being. Being able to do your duties and make a positive difference in the world is easier when you put your own needs first. It doesn't have to be a fight to set limits. Tell people what you can't do with respect and clarity. Like, "I appreciate the offer, but I already have a full schedule this week. I'd be happy to help, but I can only commit to X amount of time." Communication that is clear and polite leaves little room for error and anger. At first, setting limits can be hard. especially when dealing with people who are very demanding. However, it gets easier with practice. Start slowly, like by saying no to a party invite you'd rather not go to. As your confidence grows, you can handle more difficult conditions. Keep in mind that putting your health first will make you stronger and more adaptable. Limits are not walls that keep you from the outside world. They're more like filters that let you choose what you experience. These Stoic-inspired rules will help you learn how to set good limits that protect your time, energy, and emotional health. As the Stoics thought, this gives you the power to live a better, more satisfying life. Number 4. Cognitive reframing. Our minds are very good at making sense of the world around us. The way we see things shapes how we feel and, in the end, what our reality is. This is true for both good and bad situations. According to the Stoics, the key to true happiness and freedom is not changing the outside world, but taking control of our inner world, especially how we see and understand things. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. We can control some things, and we can't manipulate others." You can't start to find peace until you can tell the difference between these two things. Imagine taking a walk through the woods on a cool fall day. You can feel the crunch of the leaves under your feet, and light streams through the colorful canopy. But if you tend to be negative, you might focus on the darkening or the way damp leaves feel under your feet. Someone with a more positive attitude, on the other hand, might enjoy the beautiful trees and crisp air. The way we first understand things is often shaped by our past experiences and emotional biases, so they are not always objective facts. For the Stoics, these ways of seeing things were called impressions. For example, getting stuck in traffic might make you feel angry and like you've lost time at first. Unfortunately, the truth is that traffic is just slow. You can respond more thoughtfully if you separate your first opinion from the objective truth. We have negativity bias in our mind, which means we remember bad things more than good ones. But negative thought habits can make emotional problems worse. Ask yourself things like, is this thought really helpful? Or, is there another way to look at this situation to break out of these habits? Using cognitive reframing means changing negative thoughts with ones that are more positive and based in reality. A central idea of Stoicism is that we can only be truly happy when we focus on the things we can change, like our thoughts, actions, and responses. When you are having a hard time, rethink the situation to see what you can change. If your boss sends you a negative email, for example, you can't change their comments, but you can change how you respond. You can either talk to your boss gently and ask for more information, or you can get defensive. Focusing on the things you can control gives you power in tough conditions. There's usually a chance to learn or grow, even in tough scenarios. Look for the good in every situation, like a chance to learn something new, make a friendship stronger, or become more patient. Thinking of problems as chances to grow as a person makes you stronger and more optimistic. Keep in mind that cognitive shifting is a skill that needs to be practiced. By actively following these Stoic rules, you can learn to see things in a more positive way. This new way of looking at things gives you the strength to handle life's natural problems with more calm and inner peace. The way you see the world may not change, but the Stoics say that changing how you see it is the key to true happiness and freedom. Number 5. Gratitude practice. Being negative is easy to do when you have a fertile mind. The weeds of anger and dissatisfaction can easily take root and choke out the delicate flowers of happiness and positivity. On the other hand, The Stoics believed that we should develop an attitude of thanks, which is good for our minds and lets good feelings grow. Based on Stoic philosophy, they thought that we can find inner peace and contentment by carefully noticing the good things in our lives, even the ones that don't seem important at first. Think of two gardeners taking care of their plots. The stress on one gardener's face never goes away as they look at the weeds and bugs. One farmer is aware of the problems, but they also take time to enjoy the beautiful flowers and the hope of a big harvest. This gardener's thoughtful praise is similar to the Stoic way of being grateful. One of the best ways to develop a mindset of gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal. Think about the good things in your life for a few minutes every day, maybe before bed or when you wake up. Being able to wake up healthy or enjoying a tasty meal are just a few examples of what this could mean to you. You can train your mind to focus on the good things by writing down these positive events. This will change your attitude to one of gratitude. Saying thank you can make it more powerful. Say thanks to people you care about for being there and helping you. Someone you work with or a stranger who did something nice deserves your thanks. You feel more connected to others and like you're part of a group when you say these small things. They make your life better. We can feel overwhelmed and out of touch with the present moment when our world is full of constant stimulation. One way to become more aware of the good things in our lives is to practice mindfulness, like meditation. Every day, take a moment to enjoy the little things in life that you might otherwise take for granted. For example, the sun on your skin, the sound of birds singing, or the beauty of a flower in bloom are all things that you can stop and enjoy. Gratitude can grow in the midst of even the most difficult situations. You might be able to start a new business after losing your job, for example. You may need to put yourself first after a health scare. Looking at things through the lens of thanks can help you see the good things that happened or the ways that they helped you grow as a person. Gratitude is not a Pollyanna-ish rejection of the difficulties in life. There was suffering, the Stoics admitted. They did, however, contend that by developing a grateful mindset, we better position ourselves to meet those obstacles with more fortitude and perspective. Recall that being grateful is a process rather than an end point. These Stoic-inspired practices can help you create a rich inner environment in which the seeds of inner tranquility and happiness may grow. Number 6. Mindfulness. The human mind is very good at telling stories. It can create very detailed pictures of the past and very detailed dreams about the future. Mental flexibility has helped us in the past, but it can also cause a lot of stress and worry. Worries about the future and mistakes in the past take over our present experience. Stoics, on the other hand, believed that practicing mindfulness, which is a strong way to stay in the present moment, was important. By practicing being aware of the present moment, we make it harder for regrets from the past or worries about the future to control our emotions. This leads to higher levels of inner peace and clarity. Picture yourself at sea in the middle of a terrible storm. When you're being tossed around by the waves and wind, it's easy to lose your bearings and feel scared. Socrates said that being mindful is like entering the calm center of a storm, the eye from which you can watch the chaos around you without getting caught up in it. From this calm spot, you can make smart choices that will help you get through the storm. Being mindful isn't about getting your mind too empty or being completely still. It's about learning how to observe things without being attached to them. Imagine that your feelings and thoughts are like clouds moving across the vast sky. Watch them without judging them. Just be aware that they are there and let them go. By observing your inner world, you can separate yourself from the emotional charge and feel in charge again. Even though our thoughts and feelings are always changing, the breath stays the same. Pay close attention to your breath and feel your chest rise and fall with each breath. Focusing on your body's sensations is an easy way to bring yourself back to the present moment and feel calm in the midst of a mental storm. In the present time, our senses help us connect with something. Enjoy the world around you for a moment every day. Pay attention to the bright colors around you, the small details in a flower, or the full orchestra of sounds. By carefully using your senses, you can stop your mind from racing and focus on the here and now. There are both official and informal ways to practice mindfulness. You should set aside time every day to meditate. While you do this, pay attention to your breath and your thoughts without judging them. Practice awareness in a casual way throughout the day. Enjoy your coffee in the morning by focusing on the taste and smell. While you're walking, pay attention to the little things around you. Small acts of mindful awareness like these help your brain stay present all day. Being mindful is a process, not a goal. There will be days when your thoughts roam, and that's okay. The important thing is to bring your attention back to the present moment, slowly and with kindness. By adding these Stoic-inspired practices into your daily life, you can become more aware of the present moment, which will help you find inner peace and help you handle life's storms with more calm and clarity. Number 7. Self-care. Stoics thought that having a good life was more than just following morals and thinking deeply about philosophy. They thought that it included the health of the whole person, including their mind, body, and spirit. Picture a beautiful wagon that was made with great care and shines, but this wagon wouldn't work as well as it could without proper care. The charioteer needs to be physically and mentally fit to make it through the ride. The horses need to be fed, and the wheels need to be oiled. Similarly, ignoring your physical and mental health makes it harder for you to deal with the challenges of life. Taking care of yourself is important, and the Stoics said that it makes you better able to deal with life's problems, like how a well-kept wagon can handle a rough road. Stoics thought that people should live in harmony with nature, which included taking care of their bodies. Focus on doing things that are good for your body. Regular exercise makes your body stronger and your mind better. Eating right gives you energy and keeps your mind clear. Your body and mind can recover from lack of sleep. By taking care of your body, you build a foundation for mental health and strength. The outdoor world has a big impact on our health. When you can, spend as much time as possible in nature. Take a stroll through the park, a hike through the woods, or just sit outside and enjoy the sun. Research has shown that spending time in nature makes people feel less stressed, better, and more peaceful. Nature can help you relax and get back in touch with yourself by taking you away from the stresses of everyday life. Mind and spirit need food just as much as your body does. Take part in things that make you think and get you excited. You can read books that make you think about things differently, do things that make you happy, or get artistic in ways that let you express yourself. These things not only make you happy, but they also give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment, which are important for inner peace. We are constantly told to do more in our busy world, which can make us feel worn out. But the Stoics knew how important it was to rest and relax. Make time for things that help you relax and unwind. Something like taking a bath, meditating, listening to soothing music, or just being still and thinking could be that thing. Making rest a priority can help you get back on track and face the tasks of life with more energy and focus. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a must. You can take care of your mind, body, and spirit by doing these things that were influenced by Stoicism. As a well-kept chariot can handle any terrain, so too can a person who takes care of themselves handle life's natural bumps and detours with grace, resilience, and inner harmony. Number 8. Stoic Network. People are social beings who need to connect with others and feel like they fit. The Stoics knew about this need and stressed how important it was to build strong ties with people who shared your values. Picture a tourist who is lost and trying to find their way through a huge, dangerous desert. The trip would be scary, full of risks and unknowns. But traveling with a group of trusted friends gives them not only support and shared resources, but also a feeling of community and a common goal. Similarly, the Stoics thought that it was important to build a strong Stoic network, or a group of helpful and good people, in order to deal with the problems that come up in life. Being around people who share your core beliefs and values makes you feel like you fit and encourages each other. Talking with others about Stoic philosophy, virtue ethics, and how to deal with problems from a Stoic point of view can help you learn new things and become more determined on your own path. Life is unexpected, and even the strongest people have hard times. Finding a group of trustworthy friends or teachers who share your Stoic values is a great way to get emotional support and talk about your problems. Understanding that you're not the only one going through tough times can greatly increase your strength and help you handle them with more poise. There are no right or wrong answers, and even the most well-honed Stoic ideals can use some new points of view. You can meet with people from a variety of backgrounds and life experiences through a Stoic network. Talking to people with different ideas in a respectful way can help you understand them better and give you new ideas for how to apply Stoic principles to your own life. Pursuing ethics and self-improvement is something you do for the rest of your life. A Stoic network lets you meet with people who can help you stay on track with your plans and goals. If you give and receive honest feedback and constructive criticism with respect and kindness, it can really push you to stay true to your Stoic values. You don't have to do a lot to find your conservative network. Getting help could mean talking to family or friends who are also interested in Stoicism, joining online groups or forums for people who are interested in Stoic theory, or even going to a therapist or counselor who uses Stoic ideas in their work. Don't forget that the Stoic network isn't about agreeing with everyone or creating a feedback chamber. It's about making a group of trusted friends who can help you live a good life, push you to improve, and celebrate your successes along the way. Building these relationships gives you a source of strength and support, which gives you the tools to go through life with more resilience, knowledge, and inner peace. Number 9. Finding your purpose. Meaning, a sense of purpose that goes beyond the everyday is something that everyone, including me, longs for. People who followed the Stoics thought that one important part of having a good life was to be in harmony with nature and do what we were born to do. Imagine a brick that is missing its mate and has no reason to be there. It may have promise, but its real worth will only be seen when it fits into a bigger picture and helps make it better. The Stoics also told us to find our place in the big picture of life, the part we were supposed to play, and to develop a sense of purpose that drives our actions and makes us strong when things go wrong. Stoics thought it was very important to understand the natural order, or how everything is linked. Think about your place in this huge environment. What skills or abilities are unique to you? What can you do to make your town or the world a better place? Meeting this natural role brings you into balance with the natural order and gives you a feeling of purpose. Whatever makes you happy and passionate can help you figure out your meaning. Do you get satisfaction from helping other people? Feeling creative? Exploring these hobbies gives you a deeper sense of meaning and purpose, whether you do it by volunteering, taking up a hobby, or even changing careers. Things that make you happy and passionate can help you figure out what your role is. Do you get pleasure from helping other people? Do you feel living when you're creative? You can find a deeper sense of meaning and purpose by following your passions, whether it's through volunteering, a hobby, or even a change in job. Stoic philosopher and Roman ruler Marcus Aurelius came up with the idea of using concentric circles to help people see things more clearly. Things you have full control over, like your thoughts, reactions, and decisions, should go in the innermost circle. Your acts and how you interact with the world are shown in the next circle. These are things that you can partly control. Events outside of your power, other people's actions and other things like that, are in the outermost circle. You feel strong and have a sense of purpose when you focus on doing your tasks and responsibilities within the controllable circles, even when problems arise outside of them. It's not a single event that changes your life that you find your meaning. It's an ongoing process. By using these practices that are based on the Stoics, you start a journey of self-discovery that leads you to the unique role you were born to play. Having a sense of purpose gives you direction, keeps you motivated, and makes you strong, so you can keep going even when things get hard. Don't forget that you are not just a single brick. You are an important part of a bigger plan, and completing your task helps the whole thing work well and be harmonious. Number 10. Growth mindset. The Stoics knew that life isn't always straightforward and easy. The journey is full of changes, turns, and problems that one wouldn't expect. Instead of trying to avoid these problems, the best way to deal with them with strength and peace of mind is to have a growth attitude. Seneca, a famous Stoic thinker, said, "It's not that we don't have enough time to live, but that we waste it. Our lives are long enough, and we've been given enough money to reach the highest goals if we spend it all wisely. If we have a growth mindset, we don't see setbacks as lasting failures, but as short-term problems that stand in the way of our progress and a good life. Think of a skilled artist working on a marble block. Each chip and flaw is not a mistake. It is an important part of showing the beautiful statue that is inside. Similarly, the Stoic view tells us to see problems as chances to learn, grow, and improve ourselves. When we have setbacks, our first response is often anger or hopelessness. However, the Stoics said that we should change how we see things. See problems as chances to learn new things, fix problems, and become stronger. Think to yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can I use this setback to become a stronger, more resourceful person? Stoics thought that being truly good wasn't about getting perfect results, but about sticking to morals and hard work all the time. Don't fixate on getting a certain result. Instead, focus on the process of learning and growing. Enjoy the process of improving yourself, knowing that each problem you solve makes you a better person and brings you closer to living a good life. To tell yourself that life is short, the Stoic idea of memento mori, remember that you will die, is very powerful. Being aware of this can inspire you to enjoy every day and see obstacles as chances to grow. Don't be afraid of failing. See it as a chance to learn and get better before time runs out. A central idea of Stoicism is that we can only be truly happy when we focus on the things we can change, like our thoughts, actions, and responses. When you're having a hard time, focus on what you can control. This could mean getting help, learning new skills, or just keeping at it even when things go wrong. Keeping your attention on the things you can control gives you power and a sense of control, even when things are hard. The growth mindset is a way of thinking that you use for your whole life. At times, losses will feel too much to handle, and the way forward will not be clear. But if you do these things that are based on Stoicism, you give yourself the tools to rethink problems, focus on your work, and enjoy the journey of always learning and growing. Keep in mind that every problem you solve and lesson you learn makes you a better person and moves you closer to living a good life. Number 11. Self-compassion. The Stoics believed that the way to virtue is not through constant self-criticism or shaming oneself. Ethical behavior and a strong ability to care deeply about oneself are both parts of true character. Imagine a skilled gardener taking care of their favorite roses. Professional gardeners carefully cut off dead leaves and flower heads, but they do it with care because they know that even the most beautiful roses have flaws. According to the Stoics, recognizing our flaws and mistakes with respect and understanding helps us learn and grow. Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be, said Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic ruler. Take a stand. True character grows from self-compassion, not from feeling sorry for yourself. A Stoic believed in living in harmony with nature, which means accepting that people are flawed by nature. As humans, we all make mistakes, have failures, and deal with bad feelings. By realizing that this is a common human experience, you can stop telling yourself that your problems are unique or impossible to fix. Knowing this helps you be kind to yourself and move forward with more respect. Not forgiving yourself or others will only slow you down. To the Stoics, forgiving others and yourself was very important. To let go, you must first admit the mistakes you've made and learn from them. Accepting and forgiving yourself frees you from negative thoughts and lets you start over in the future. Imagine having a wise and caring guide walking you through a tough time. Individual self-reflection, or being your own doctor, was a practice that the Stoics pushed. As you would with a friend, be kind and understanding to yourself. You can help yourself move forward by recognizing your problems, validating your feelings, and verbalizing your support. Memento mori, the Stoic idea that you must remember that you will die, can also help you be kind to yourself. Remembering that life is short tells us how valuable our time on earth is. As a result of this knowledge, be kind to yourself. Why waste time criticizing yourself when you can focus on having a good life with the time you have? You can practice self-compassion, not get there. Occasionally, you may find yourself judging yourself, and that's okay. Gently guiding your thoughts back to self-acceptance and understanding is the key. Using these Stoic-inspired techniques will help you create a healthy environment inside yourself where self-compassion can grow. With this self-compassion, you can nourish your growth, face obstacles with strength, and live by the virtues you want to follow. Truthfully, being good isn't about being perfect. It's about trying to be a better person, being kind to yourself and everyone else. Forget that finding inner peace is a lifelong process, not a quick fix. Please be patient with yourself and enjoy the little wins along the way. Adopting these Stoic-inspired habits can help you find inner peace and handle life's ups and downs with more strength and calmness. Remember, achieving inner peace doesn't mean becoming impervious to life's challenges. It's about building up the strength to handle them with patience, calm, and a clear head. You can build up the inner strength to handle any storm and come out stronger on the other side by learning from the Stoic culture.